Hey guys, it's Jen. Today I'm going to show you my snake. He is a Hog Island Boa. His name is Isaiah. He is a few months old. He is a pure hog. He is not mixed with any other kind of boa. A lot of times you'll see people on Craigslist or whatever offering a Hog Island Boa and they're not actually pure hog, which is kind of a problem. Hog Island boas are now actually extinct on the island that they came from, and it's important to keep some pure lines of hog out there, and they're actually harder to come by than you'd think. They're more prevalent in the UK from what I've seen, but we have him in a 20-gallon tank. It's a bit big for him, but it's what we had, and so we're making it work. He has this little, it looks kind of like a stump for his water. He has a little round glass vase that has moss in it that we spritz down to keep it damp. So his cold hide is also his wet hide. And it's just got a vine wrapped around part of it, and then just kind of a leaf sprig to kind of hide it. He's got this big branch in there that we found. And then he has one of the little kind of half, what is it called? Bark. Little hides for his warm hide. His heat pad is under his tank on this side. And then he has one of these little suction cup thingies. He actually likes to curl up and sit up on top of there, if you can imagine. We use the coconut fiber substrate for him too. We were just using the bagged stuff. And then this last time we got the bricks. That you kind of rehydrate, and it's working okay, and it is a lot cheaper, but it's not as fluffy, which for him isn't that big of a deal. But I know for our little corn, he really likes to go under his substrate and hang out, and he can't do it as well with it like this. So for our little corn, we're gonna start doing the bagged stuff again. But this is Isaiah. He's a lot less pink now. Hi, sweetie. What? You gonna smell me? Hi. Can you come out of there without me having to redo your entire tank? Come on. What are you holding on to? Let's see if you can see. He's just curled up. Come here, buddy. Yeah, he doesn't want to come out. Okay, I can't do this one-handed, so I'm gonna get him out and then I'll turn it back on. Okay, here's Isaiah. I just needed to be able to lift the bark up with one hand and pick him up with the other. He's never struck at any of us. My little kids have held him. They ask to hold him all the time. He's a total sweetie. He's hung out in my hair before. He's climbed up on top of my head, wrapped his tail around my ponytail, and just sat on my head. He is arboreal. And so he likes to climb, which is why he is quite often sitting up here, where he's trying to climb and reach kind of the highest point. See? Just trying to find somewhere higher up to go. He's really sweet. We had trouble getting him to eat initially. Come here, dude. It's tricky to hold one-handed when he's being active. Usually I have two hands. But he wouldn't eat initially, and he finally ate after we'd had him for, I think it was a month on the dot. But I think it's because he'd had frozen thawed or live before, and we were trying to do frozen thawed. And he just didn't. He wasn't comfortable yet and whatnot. We always feed with a pair of feeding tweezers, tongs, whatever you want to call them. We never feed with just our hands, so they don't associate our hands with eating, really. And also, we reach in and we take them out and mess around in there all the time, so it's not like the only time we put a hand in there would be to feed them. So we've never been struck at. We've never been bitten. I'm sure at some point one of us will get bitten, just owning a pet, that happens. But so far, all of our snakes, all 4 of the ones that we have been great. He's really sweet. He's very pretty. As far as boas go, he's not going to get huge. Not like my husband's red-tailed boa. And hog islands are pretty cool. They can kind of change shade and make themselves have more spots or less spots, just depending on kind of their mood and the time of day. He's not as pink now, but a couple weeks ago he was really pink. He looked like a very salmony pink. He's trying to go up again. But he's a sweetie, and he's still just little. All of our snakes are still pretty young. I'm not 100% sure on the ball python's age, but I know the other 3 are less than a year. Sweetie. He's a very sweet little guy. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I really love hog islands. I've thought about getting a female and breeding them in a few years, but we'll see what happens. They're very, very sweet. I will try to remember to link where I got him from in the description when I upload this, but I already know that he doesn't have any more available this year, and I don't know if he's having any next year, but I would recommend him. He's been great. I've asked him tons of questions, and he's always been really great about getting back to me, so that has been really wonderful. Which is also why I highly recommend buying a snake from a breeder. If you buy one from a reptile show, which is also a really great place to get one, make sure that you have the breeder's information and that they're more than willing to stand there and answer questions with you. That's something that you don't really get from a pet store, is all that support, because I have been able to ask him a bajillion questions, and he's been really great about getting back to me, and he's never spoken to me like I'm being stupid. It's always, no, that's a good question, and he'll answer it, so that's been great. Same with our little corn that we have. I'll try to film him maybe tomorrow. His breeder has been fantastic about keeping in touch and answering questions, so highly recommend finding a really good breeder, either at a reptile show or just online. But I'm going to let him go back in his tank, or, well, I might take him out to say goodnight to the kids. They adore him. And I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.